Hey everybody! Well, today I will be making fresh cheese, aka Primosale. It's a Sicilian cheese. It's very mild. They tell me it's a buttery flavor, but really good. It's on the softer side. Um, but I will show you the way it's done in the city because we don't have raw milk. I have to use regular whole milk. I'm gonna double my batch today. Um, I'll be doing 2 gallons instead of 1, so all my measurements will be doubled. So basically it's 2 gallons of milk, 4 tablespoons of yogurt, plain. Greek is usually the best. There's no additives. You need rennet. I use 2 per gallon, so I'm gonna be using 4. And a thermometer. Electronic, manual, whatever makes you happy, very important. But before I start, I just want to take a moment. I want to thank all of you for pushing me to do these videos. It's starting to get kind of fun. I think I'm getting a little better at it. I was told to give more specific measurements, which is hard for me because I've always done everything out of the top of my head, but I will do my best to give everybody the measurements. Anyway, 2 gallons. What you want to do is take them out and put them outside for maybe an hour. You want these to warm up a little bit. So again, I'm doubling the stuff here. So you need room when you make cheese. It can get kind of sloppy. Guys, wait for your wife to leave the house before you do this, so you have enough time to clean up. Now, this is what I like to do. Got my yogurt. I hate yogurt. Yogurt. You don't usually use yogurt when you make cheese because raw milk has bacteria in it. It's all natural. But because I have to buy these at the supermarket, because in Florida where there's thousands of cows that don't sell milk, and if they do, it's $10 a gallon, so I ain't doing that. But anyway, the milk that you buy at the store is pasteurized, and basically it kills all the bacteria. The yogurt puts that bacteria in there. Now I put 4 tablespoons. I throw away the rest. No, I'm kidding. I like to dilute it before I put it in the batch so we don't get any clumps. Okay, it's important that, you don't want, the milk burns very easily, so you want to keep it on low and heat it up gradually, nice and easy, mixing it every so often. And make sure that yogurt thins out. Okay, now the rennet. This is what makes it become cheese. Now we're gonna put this when the milk gets hot. We're gonna use 4 because I doubled it. Now there's all types of rennet. There's vegetable rennet, animal rennet, chemical rennet. The animal rennet is usually the best, but it has a shelf life that is too short for me. The last time I made cheese was almost 2 years ago. Now, 4 tablets. Here we go. Drop of water, maybe just like a teaspoon maybe. While the milk heats up, I'm gonna help the rennet melt. So I'm gonna crush it a little bit. All right, and guys, please share. Share, share, share. We're gonna let this sit on the side, and we're gonna let that heat up to 78 degrees. Not more than 80. It is very important that you stay within 2 degrees of 78. Otherwise, it will not become cheese. So that's very important. All right. The milk is ready. We are at 78 degrees. Ready, it went up to 80. So we're gonna take it off the heat. Being that I have an electric stove, you have to take it off the burner because they don't really shut off. If it's a gas one, no, you just shut it off. All right, so we got this. We're gonna take that rennet, put it in here. Yes, I rinse out this in here, so make sure it's clean. Okay. We'll give it a mix. Now what I'm going to do is, being that it's electric, I'm just going to keep a little bit on the burner because you don't want the temperature to go down. You want it to kind of stay hot. One thing that a lot of people don't do, I do, is put salt in cheese, because usually when the cheese is made, you cure the cheese by putting salt all around it. I can't wait that long. So, but I don't put a lot. I put just enough to give it some sort of flavor. I'm gonna cover it. It's actually pretty good. I'm gonna leave it. Very time consuming. You're gonna let that sit for about 45 minutes. And all the curd should start coming up by then. And we're gonna give it a little mix and then let it sit another 15 minutes. So I'll see you guys in about 45. All right, 45 minutes later, we mix a little bit, break it up. This is what it looks like. And then we're just gonna let it sit maybe another 10-15 minutes. And then we start the process. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna need this. I use this, an empty pot. Oh, and well, actually, I'll bring it there. You can see all the curd separating from the water. 2 gallons of milk makes this. That's why it's expensive. So anyway, this is how I do it. I separate the water like this, and I save the water. The problem is I need 2 hands, so hold on. I push the basket in nice and easy, and I scoop the water out and throw it in the other pot, because we will need the leftover.
And just change spots every once in a while. This would be a lot better if I had somebody doing the video for me. We'll see how it comes out. Anyway, I'll do all this.
All right, so once you get most of the water out, this is where you get down and dirty. Wash your hands. It's optional. You don't have to, but it's good to do that. Now, the idea is to squeeze as much water out of it as you can. So I'm going to scoop this up. Now this is time consuming, so you need a lot of patience. Kind of squeeze it gently, a little here, a little there. And believe me, this will shrink to half the size. All right, so we actually got 2 baskets. I thought these were the smaller baskets. I mean the bigger baskets, but we got 2 out of them. So basically a gallon does one of these baskets. Now, the more you get to press it, but it's a little tricky, the more dense the cheese is. So you do want to kind of get all that water out little by little. Well, we'll let this sit here for a little while, and I'll just keep squeezing it every once in a while. Every once in a while. Now, there are 2 things that you do with the leftover. You can make ricotta out of this, which basically you would put maybe 2 cups of milk, let it boil. Once it starts boiling, you could squeeze like a lemon in it or a little bit of white vinegar. It makes a curl, and that's how you get ricotta out of it. I don't need ricotta, so I don't care. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna put maybe 3/4 of a cup of salt, let it boil, and then once the cheese is ready, I'll put the cheese in here and let it sit overnight. It'll absorb all the salt from the water, and it'll give it flavor. Son? They said a little more. Okay, no more. My ancestors speak to me. All right, I'm gonna let this boil, and I'll keep squeezing the cheese. Okay, this boiled, but both baskets will not fit in this spot, so I'm gonna have to separate them in 2 pots, which I already got ready. I'm gonna put one in one of them, one in the other. Now this boiled, and it did some foam, so I want to take some of that foam out. Ricotta, almost. Maybe the next video we'll just make ricotta. Okay, so this is good. Alright, so basically, hopefully I don't make a mess, but this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna...
Make sure it goes even over it. All around. So basically this is salty water. Nice.
And that is it. Let's get close-ups. There you go. I'm gonna put the covers on, leave them out overnight, and tomorrow I'll take them out, and I will show you. Good morning, everybody. It's time to take out the cheese. Now, I did put it in the fridge last night. You don't really have to, I just did. All right. Let's take a look. That's 2. There you go. Now you kind of let them dry a little bit. You could pat them dry. If you don't intend to eat this within a week or 2, you could put salt all around it and wrap it up in a cotton cloth. That'll make it last a lot longer, and it'll season it. In my case, it won't get to 2 weeks. And that's how we make cheese. Ciao.